hospital in Nevada, and that same day my twin nieces were born in the same hospital. So we had all three of these kids in the nursery together. And Kathy and I raised them as triplets pretty much until they were 2.5 years old. We'd take turns. I'd watch the parade and she'd watch the parade. It was really, really fun. So they grew up really close. And when Lenny was 18 months old, we were able to adopt a baby girl, Michelle. A lot of you know Michelle too. And Lenny was like her security blanket. They just loved to sit in the same kitchen chair for meals and sleep in the same bed. And Michelle wouldn't want to go to preschool if Lenny wasn't going. When they finally slept in different bedrooms, we had to get her a huge stuffed animal. She called her Lenny Bunny. And then she wasn't afraid. Michelle was so shy that when the Easter Bunny would come, Lenny would have to get the egg out of the basket and put it in her basket. She didn't want nothing to do with the Easter Bunny. Just if Lenny was okay with it, that was okay with her. So they were just best buddies. When Lenny was 6, we moved to Phoenix. And 2 doors down from us was an adorable little girl named Stephanie. She was 3. Michelle and Stephanie devised a plan that if Stephanie and Lenny got married, Stephanie and Michelle could be sisters forever. Not sure what happened to that plan, but Stephanie's here, you can ask her. Lenny was always stayed close to Stephanie, especially this last year. She was in a near-death accident, and she needed so much support, and Lenny was always there for her. Lenny was in so many sports. I have such funny memories of him on the swim team. He wasn't particularly a good swimmer like his sister and his cousin JJ, but he loved it. And so when he'd be in a competition, he would just lay on his back and do the backstroke really slow and blow bubbles and squirt water out of his mouth like a whale. While everybody was close to him, he'd say, come on, we're going to win. No. He just loved it. He was just a goof. I stopped videoing his wrestling meets because he was so strong. The meet was over before that I could get blood pushed. He just ended right away every time. He was in so many sports, and he loved being the catcher in baseball, defense and football. He just loved so many different things, and he has so many different friends, as you can tell by all the people that he knew. But he could be stubborn. One time I took his bedroom door off as a consequence of some behavior, and when I got home from work from Mayo and was a nurse, he had removed my bedroom door. So that consequence did not work very well. The last time I saw Lenny was a month ago when he came over to our house to visit my sister's child, Jace, is 4.5, who I've adopted, and he came over to play basketball with him and bring him an Incredible Hulk guitar, which is also here. And they just had a great time visiting. And so the last incredible gift we got from Lenny was a big hug, a kiss, and he always said, I love you. So Jason and I both got that. So this is how Lenny entered our family, and I would ask that everyone in my family to come up and join me, come on up here with me and stand with me so people can get a visual contact, a visual idea of who these people are. A lot of people can come too, but a lot of these people flew in from Chicago or Michigan. So we were the first family that Lenny knew. Okay. So I always told Lenny I would help him find his biological parents, and if he was ever interested. And I kept a file with newspaper clippings with how to find your natural family if he ever got old enough and wanted to do that. And then I was also given, it was actually a gift from God, a bill by mistake from an attorney that I should have never seen. And it had his mom's name, his security number, an address, and all this iffy stuff that you were supposed to see, an insurance company and all this stuff. So he had an extra sheet to dig into the internet to try and find him. So 6 years ago, Lenny called me. Hang on a second, I think I forgot something. Oh well, I'll just tell you. So the only mention he ever said when he was growing up and finding his biological parents was when he was in trouble. And then he'd say, that's it, I'm finding my real family. I know they have a Porsche in the driveway for me, and they're just waiting for me to pick it up. And I'd say, well, that's fine, but you still have to clean your room. So 6 years ago, Lenny called me and he said he wanted to start looking for his biological family, and I gave him all this information so he'd have a good start. And his great friend Sarah, with her help, they were able to find Renee. And then he called me back and he goes, I don't know, what should I say? Because I don't want to shock her, I don't want to hurt her, I don't know if it's a bad memory that she gave me up, I don't know if it's a happy memory, I don't know if they're looking for me, I don't know if she hasn't told anybody that she has a child, you don't know. You see all this on TV. So I said, you can never have too many people that love you, so it's worth a chance, So he did, and so I was so excited for him. So what I heard that he did was he left a message for Renee saying, I think you might have hatched me. That's so funny. And it just, she wasn't sure, she was a little afraid. She called his bio dad, and he called Lenny. And then she was on the phone listening, and then it all just went from there. So after that, I like to say it was like a Lifetime movie. The family accepted Lenny with open arms, loving arms. They said it was like there was always a piece of their puzzle missing, and now Lenny filled in that hole. He discovered his other mom, Renee, his stepdad, Ryan, his bio dad, Steve, 3 more sisters, 2 stepbrothers, nieces, nephews, grandparents, aunts, uncles. A huge family. And they had reunions and went on family trips and created so many memories. So I would like to ask you guys to come up if you feel comfortable doing that, so you can kind of put a face to their his family that he discovered and how much he loved them. So they're from Carson City, Nevada. And Johnny looks just like Lenny when he was his age. So anybody who knew Lenny that young, I think you'll look just like Lenny. Okay, so then Lenny met the love of his life, Tricia King. They were in Prescott celebrating their 1-year anniversary, having a terrific time. And he met her family and children, and I'm so grateful that he found her and that they were planning a life together and their future marriage. And it just helps heal my heart to know how happy he was with this last year with her. So Tricia, if you're able to come up here, if you could join us too so people could see Tricia's family, if you want to come up here and join us, just for visual. To see that these people were all Lenny's family, and awesome people. I know this is really hard. So I wanted you all to know the story about Lenny's journey, and I know Lenny would want you all to celebrate his life with love, laughter, sharing fun memories, and even making friends and relationships with each other like he did. And after all, everyone here, everyone that came today is a member of Lenny's extended family. I think there's one common theme with all of us standing up front now, and that is that we love Lenny so much, and that we can agree that he's always marched to the beat of his own drum. That was Lenny. I remember Lenny saying it at his grandpa's memorial in Chicago when it was all over. He said, what a tribute to Grandpa to have so many people show up and pay their respects. And I was so proud of him when he said that. And now I'm saying the same thing about Lenny. Look at all these people that you have touched in your short life, and thank you all so much for loving Lenny. I also wanted to thank all the people who didn't even know Lenny that are here. They came here to support me and my family, Tricia's family. Everybody that's helped out that doesn't even know Lenny, you missed out on a great guy. But I thank you for coming too. So in closing, I just want to say that though I'm heartbroken that Lenny's no longer here, I'm eternally grateful to God that I was able to have him in my life for 13,471 days. That's all I have. Thank you.
Okay, here's how the rest of the day is going to go, the rest of the afternoon. afternoon at 2 o'clock. We're going to have a ceremony. It's called Releasing of the Doves. So that'll happen at 2. And at 3, the event will be over. And we're going to ask everybody who's still here to grab a balloon. We'll actually cut them up so everybody can have one balloon, and we'll go outside and release the balloons as a message to send to Lenny. In between all that, if anybody would like to come up and say anything that's on your heart, or share any story about Lenny, feel free to do that. We'll leave the microphone up here. And if somebody comes up here, we'll just ask everybody to quiet down to give respect to that person who wants to say something. So thank you all for coming, and go ahead and continue eating and mingling, and thank you very much.